Hello, welcome to Kevlar's Quest, the Modern Life podcast. I'm Kevin Ejezi. Today's quest is men, whose frame are you living in? Men, whose frame are you living in? Every relationship has a kind of world around it. You can call it a frame. The question is, are you living in someone else's world or are you living in yours? Take this story. A man in his 30s had been in a long distance relationship for years with a woman in Lagos. She wanted him to move there, start a family, and fit into her life. She was clear about her timeline. He, on the other hand, was torn. He loved her, but he didn't want to live in Lagos. He had no friends or family there, and he worried his life would shrink down to her world. At one point, he even thought about asking for just an hour or two to himself each day, as if that was the best he could hope for. That's when it became obvious. He was negotiating for scraps. He believed it was either her way or nothing. But that's not true. Here's the bigger lesson. Before you think about what someone else wants, stop and ask yourself, what do you want? Many people never ask this question. They are so used to bending to others that they forget they have their own desires, their own vision. In this case, the woman was clear. She wanted her city, her family, her timeline. But when the man finally asked himself what he wanted, the answer was different. He wanted to build his own life, start a business, grow his social circle, and explore relationships on his own terms. None of the ideas he had been living with, moving to Lagos, becoming a father right away, were his. That had been placed there by someone else. That is his fiancé. And that's the point. If you ever catch yourself thinking, maybe I could do that, pause. Ask if that thought is really yours. Authentic desire doesn't come with maybe. It comes with clarity. Look at how she handled it. She wasn't saying maybe. She was certain. She demanded what she wanted. And that's the lesson everyone can learn. Be clear about your own vision. Build your life first. Your mission, your health, your money, your friendship, your lifestyle. Then when you meet someone, you can say, this is me. This is what I offer. If you like it, come along. That's living on your own frame. That's living in your own frame, not the one that was suggested to you by someone. And just because you love the person, you just start following that person. If you start doing that, you start living in the person's own frame. And before you will be able to get yourself, you're already deep into that person's frame. By that time, this will now start causing issues because the person didn't really involve you in their own frame. And that's not really what you wanted. So it now becomes the person's decision and not yours. Then before you know it, you start having issues in the relationship because you are not living in your own frame. Rather, you are living in that other person's frame. That's living life on your own terms. This quest is mostly for the men because most of the times, because they are in love with a woman, they see themselves gradually accepting the frame of the woman. Anyone the woman says that they should do, they will quickly do it because they feel that that is the way that the woman will fall more in love with them. But when they now get married or they are deep into the relation with the person, they now want something for themselves. Something that they really wanted, maybe a dream that they wanted to fulfill right from childhood. Then they now see that it's unable for them to achieve it. By that time, the lady may now start saying that he's selfish, that he's only thinking about himself. He's not thinking about the relationship. Why? Because from the onset, the man emasculated himself. He reframed himself and now went into the frame of the lady without even knowing it, just because he was in love with the lady. So, as a man, you have to be yourself. Then you now look whether the woman that you're in love with wants to be in your own frame. If she doesn't want to be in your own frame, then she's not a lady for you. Because you are the leader of the relationship and the marriage if people eventually get married. You will be the one that we have to discuss with her and decide what you want for the relationship. Sometimes this is how so many men become so involved in the life of their wives that they don't even have a life of their own. It's always good for both of you to have your lives, and it's the lady that you're getting married to that will now fit into your own frame based on the decisions that she has made, based on the similarities that both of your frame have. Okay, that's our quest for today. Please subscribe, like, and share. Someone out there needs to hear this message. Maybe someone like you. Let's spread strength and clarity to those navigating this journey. We'll talk more in future episodes. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening and take care.